Go.
Hello, now we are in Marmaris and Adam Walker is sitting behind me, so it's a great moment now to see him here. So I read his books and his videos, I watch his videos, and now he's here. So thank you for this interview.
No, my pleasure.
So Adam Walker, who's Adam Walker? Maybe you can...
Oh, who's Adam Walker? Wow. I did other sports really growing up. And then every time I got injured, I went back into swimming. But at school and as I was growing older, people really didn't care about swimming. And then my whole life changed when I watched a movie on an aeroplane about a guy swimming the English Channel, which inspired me to take it on in 2008. So I trained up, had no history there of long distance swimming, had no history of front crawl really. I was a 50 meters backstroker, never front crawl, never swimming outside, never long distance.
Okay. And now, so you didn't cross only the English Channel, you completed the Ocean 7, right?
Yeah, so it started with one. I got a bad shoulder, had 2 operations on my shoulder, was advised not to swim again by my surgeon. I created a new way of swimming front crawl called the Ocean Walker technique, which got me across Spain to Morocco and back to Spain, Gibraltar Straits both ways, Europe to Africa and back. And then I heard about this challenge called the Ocean 7, which is the toughest 7 ocean swims in the world. And I thought, can my shoulder hold out for another 6 swims, and Gibraltar being the next one. And the reality was, as I learned more about how to swim more efficiently and take pressure off the shoulder, I got through another, and I felt, can I get through 4? Can I get through 5? And blessed to be able to get through all 7. Did it in the first attempt. Had lots of things happen to me on the way. But all those challenges made me stronger, so very, very appreciative for being able to do it. And after 2 operations, in fact I've had 3 operations on the shoulder, so it shows what's possible with the mindset and the right technique.
Okay, the mindset and right technique. And so which part was the most challenging one in this Ocean 7? So there are many races, many different challenges.
Yeah. I mean, the 2 for me, it depends what you get on the day, but I had 2 different reasons. One was in Hawaii, I was stung by a Portuguese man of war, pulled tentacles off my stomach after 13 and a half hours. I was in a lot of pain and my whole body's shaking, and I managed to swim 3.5 hours to carry on. Swam sideways. I managed to swim another 15 kilometers on top of what I should have swam, so almost 60 kilometers. And the other one was in Japan's Tsugaru Channel, which is the strongest currents in the world. Unfortunately for me, I had one current hit another current, and it just created this massive wash. And yeah, it was a good test. I mean, the thing is with that channel is you're not necessarily just going to get across because you just keep going. You have to have speed. So I had to beat the current for on and off for 11.5 hours. So it took me 15.5 hours to finish that swim. But as I always say, these challenges make you stronger for the next one, and I think they'll put in my place for a reason.
What did you learn of all these challenges? You accomplished that, so you can be proud of yourself. So congratulations. So
thank you. Yeah.
What did you learn of all these?
I learned that everything's possible, whether you're a swimmer, whatever you want to do in your life, whether you want to grow your business, whether you want to climb a mountain or run a marathon or lose weight or whatever it is that you want to do, it's all possible. And it doesn't matter in this case that it's swimming. I chose swimming because I was inspired by a movie on an aeroplane. But whatever people want to do, they can do it. It's really about having that objective, having that goal, and making sure that you're relentless, working hard towards it. And of course on the way you're going to get challenges and barriers like I did, Portuguese man of war stings, and in New Zealand I had a shark following me and dolphins coming to protect me potentially. We don't know for sure, but that's what it felt like. And all these things, when you've got that passion and you've got that relentlessness about you, you can achieve anything. And I think that's what happened to me. I needed the Ocean 7 in order to grow in my life and to find the real Adam. That was
So you follow your passion in this journey, you find the real Adam.
Yeah, you feel the person I think that you want to be. You're always who you are, but you're a different version of yourself. And I got through the Ocean 7. I am very grateful because I found the person I wanted to be, and the person that I always thought was inside me somewhere, which is that person who is very driven and relentless in his goal to achieve. And then what it's also done is it's ticked a lot of other boxers, which is I always wanted to help people, and this technique helps people, ably bodied, disabilities, and actually I get so much pleasure from doing that, even more than actually doing the swims. If someone says, you know, what would you prefer, being known as the ocean swimmer or being known as a guy who created a technique that helps people, then there's no contest, it would be the second one.
So now you are a coach, a trainer, and do also some summer camps, right?
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I put one camp on in 2013, and a lot of people started asking me how to do the technique, and you know, almost by default really, I wasn't planning to be a coach, just people kept asking me, show me how to do it, so I put one camp on that turned to 10, that turned to 25, and traveling around the world, 12 countries this year. I've just come back from New Zealand, I came back from Malta, so I did Malta, New Zealand, Malta in March. And then obviously here in Turkey, do ones I got back from Ireland last week. Then I go to America, then I go to the Maldives, then I go to Japan and Colorado, and it's amazing, you know, really, really grateful, feel really blessed. But I think if you work hard enough and you believe in something, then you can achieve your dream.
So you mentioned focus, follow the passion, believe in yourself. So
Yeah.
I think, what are the success factors?
It starts with a belief system. You have to believe that you can do something that your brain can't really compute. So, you know, there was nothing there that said I could swim an ocean, swim one, let alone, you know, 6 more. It was really, I was after challenging myself, and it meant so much to me. So, you know, a lot of people, you'll hear people talk about what's your why and all that sort of stuff.
Yes, why you're doing that,
why,
what is the reason behind it.
What's your why? I mean, you know, my why was wanting to really test myself, step out my comfort zone and see where it would take me. And then what I realised was, when you are driven to that degree, doesn't matter discomfort or pain, you block it all out, or marine life or any of it, you just start to believe your destiny is to get across these swims. And that's what happened in the end really. It became, you know, it sounds, you know, like very confident I suppose, but it became inevitable that I was going to complete those swims in my mind. And when I was stung, my brain went into turmoil, and you know, they've got the poison, similar poison of a cobra snake that can shut down your organs, very poisonous. My brain for a couple of minutes went, oh my God, it's over. And then the brain that just believed, that trained itself, was like, hang on a minute, this isn't part of the master plan. So then I started seeing as a positive. I started seeing as a sting, as a test. And if I could get over that test, then no swim would stop me again. And also, moving forward in my business life, if I can get stung by a Portuguese man of war, swim 17 hours, what can I do in other areas of my life? Coaching people, and a traffic jam doesn't seem so stressful when you're out and swim 17 hours and you're in that much pain. So, so you just see them as anything that's thrown your way. You see it as a gift. And a lot of people don't. They go, oh no, why has that happened to me? Woe me, you know, why did I have to go through that? If only I had a perfect day in the channel, if only I had warm water, if only. You get what you're given in the swims, and you have to get across it. Like in life, you get what you're given, and you either buckle or you move forward. And you're going to get tests, and you're going to get people who challenge you, you know, who don't believe in you.
And what does it mean, out of comfort zone for you?
Our comfort zone for me is about stretching yourself. So I guess in the swims it was, you know, initially it was about combating the temperature. So extreme COLD, the word that I never say. When I swam from Ireland to Scotland was a little bit cooler than the English Channel. So that's out your comfort zone. That's the number one thing that open water swimmers are challenged with, because they don't wear a wetsuit. So that's the challenge for these 7 swims. There's other things out your comfort zone, that you have no walls, you can't stand up, you're again you versus nature, which is why my book was Man versus Ocean. Although it wasn't really man versus ocean, it was more man with ocean. But like a best friend, you have your challenges, and you can fall out, and then you know you're like this, and that's how I see the ocean. So for me, it's about thinking, you know, can I really do this? Will it cause some pain, and still do it anyway?
So when you step out of your comfort zone, what is your feeling at the end? What?
There's no better feeling than conquering something that your brain thought you couldn't conquer. So when you get to the end, and I visualised the end goal, I visualised how it would feel, you know, all the
Everything
training.
is possible.
Yeah, and you have to do the steps, you have to do the training. I remembered all those times at 5 in the morning I got up and would travel 3.5 hours to swim in the ocean, 6 hours, to go fall in a hotel bedroom and then get up and do another 6 hours and then go home and then go to work the next day, because I had to travel 150 kilometers to work 4 days a week as well as train. So, but it sounds big, but in my mind it wasn't, because it was a target, it was a discipline, it became my life.
It was a passion.
Yeah. And what is challenging to people if it's not their passion and it seems out of reach, to people who are passionate, who do believe that they can stretch themselves, it just becomes part of the process. And yeah, I mean, you know, I've never said I was at my limit, because I wasn't. You know, I guess I was close, but I still don't believe that, because I still feel I would have swam the other, you know, in Hawaii. I would have gone back if it. That's what I have to believe. I can't believe that there is a stopping point where my body or my brain won't allow me to get through it.
What is one feeling?
Yeah, it's just one day of discomfort to something that, you know, you'll remember forever. And that's like a lot of endurance athletes, you know, Ironman or marathon runners. They all have this same belief that I've got one foot in front of the other, or, you know, one arm in front of the other in the swimming case. And that's like life, isn't it? You know, barrier after barrier. And, you know, life has become a lot more simple for me having done these swims, because the belief system is, if I can do that, why can't I do this?
Yes, your stress tolerance is higher, your
Yeah.
resilience,
Yeah,
your
yeah,
self-confidence, belief to do something, face challenges.
yeah, and you have to have that confidence in yourself. And it's one life, and life goes fast. And you know, people worry about money, they worry about taking a risk, and then they retire, and they've, you know, some people had a safer option, and if that's for them, that's great. That wasn't for me. I was doing a job that I could do, but I wasn't as passionate about, and I was searching for something, and it came through a film on an aeroplane, which really changed and turned into a different life. And I'm very grateful for that. Yeah, I had to work hard, but I do it all again.
Amazing story. Thank you very much.
No problem. No problem.